Okay, what we have here is a Ruger 44 mag and Super Blackhawk. This gun is a single action revolver. It's a pretty powerful round, the 44 Magnum is. Being that it's a single action, that means that you have to, as most of you know, pull the hammer back and then the trigger. You can't just pull the trigger from here, it won't do anything. It's a safety mechanism, and just how these guns have been for a long time. I liked Ruger. I mean, Smith & Wesson makes nice firearms, but they're kind of pricey. I think this gun, you get a lot of value for it. The Super Red Hawk, I just didn't like the look of it. It's a double action pistol, which means you just pull the trigger and keep firing. I just didn't like it. I mean, this is more of a classic look, so that's kind of one of the reasons why I chose this. It's got a 4 5/8 barrel on it. It's really handy for carrying because it's not, I didn't want something that would be too big and too cumbersome. I didn't want to carry it, so I opted for a little bit smaller barrel, but I didn't want something so small that the recoil would be too stout. I thought this was a pretty good trade-off, compromise. I primarily bought this weapon to defend myself in Wyoming against grizzly bears. I hope that never happens. My partner's going to have bear spray, but you never know what's going to happen. So I kind of wanted something that would be compact, have enough firepower to knock stuff in the dirt, and I think this accomplishes that. Being that it's a 44 mag, most of you know it also shoots 44 specials, which is a real benefit to this gun. You can get reduced recoil rounds, and that helps. I mean, if you're just plinking on as far as cost goes. But they also make 44 mag rounds that go all the way up to, I believe, like 340 grains is the biggest I've seen. It's like a hard cast kind of bullet, which is really good for stopping big game like a grizzly if you had to. Now, this isn't an ideal hunting pistol for grizzly, but for self-defense, I mean, I think it's as good as you can get as far as being compact, the amount of acceptable recoil for me at least. The gun also has rosewood grips on it, which I think are pretty nice from the factory. It's also blued instead of stainless. I know the stainless can be a little bit more durable, but I just kind of prefer the look of the blued finish. It's just a little bit more classic to me. The 44 mag, like I said, is a pretty big round. I don't know if I can accurately show you these holes that are in this thing, but it's a pretty big round that fits inside of there. So you can hear the chamber. That's the loading gate. The front sight is pretty rudimentary. I mean, it's pretty basic. There's no orange dot on the front sight, but you don't really need that. I mean, it's just an up-close weapon. And the trigger is pretty smooth for what it is. I think it's a pretty nice gun. I think Ruger did a pretty good job in making this firearm. It's been around for a long time, the platform has. So that's pretty much it. The 44 mag is neat because, like I said, you can shoot the 44 special out of it too, so you can shoot them as hot as you want, or you can shoot them as mild as you want too. I mean, if you're just wanting to plink. So I think it's a pretty neat gun for what it is, and that's about it.